I had asked God to give me a sign on whether or not He wants me to walk down a different path. And I posted a video that has gone viral. And I posted one video around one path, and then I posted another video about the other path. And I said, okay, the results of these videos will be my answer. And so many of you know that I have a beauty business. Like, I sell hair extensions, but I've been being pulled and I've been making content about but I'm also like spiritual and I channel messages and things like that. And over the last, even before I started my business, I felt like I was being torn. And I was like, oh, well, I can make it work. I can fit it in there some way to still be like a spiritually based beauty business. But the more that I moved towards that, I felt myself just kind of spinning in circles and doing busy work without really having the result that I expect from God when something is in flow. Because I know what it feels like to be in flow. I know what that looks like, okay? And when I channel messages from spirit, it comes so easily. Like, I literally can just press record and just start going and going and going. And I could probably do that all day. But when it comes to me making content for my beauty business, I'm like, it almost feels inauthentic. Like, it feels like, I don't know, it doesn't feel as aligned. I love hair. I love the beauty industry. I've been in this industry for forever. My throat is burning. So it's like my soul has been trying to say this for a long time. And it's like, I feel like I finally got the sign that I needed to be able to step away from that. And it's not me giving up my business. It is me handing in my old teddy bear to God so that He can give me an even bigger one. Y'all know that image that I'm talking about where the little girl is holding on, squeezing onto her little teddy bear, and God has a huge one behind his back. So, and it's interesting because the other day I was and I think I shared this already, I was if this is my path, my throat chakra, it's I'm finally speaking my truth. It's if this was my path, it would be, hold on, sorry. If this was my path, it would feel aligned. But because it may not be my path, it feels different. And the normal version of me would feel like, oh my gosh, I wasted all this time. I did all this for nothing, blah, blah, blah. But for some reason, I feel a sense of peace. I feel successful. I feel like you did it. You wanted to create a business. You did it. You're not walking away from the desire and dream to do something for yourself. You're now walking in the path that God has placed you and called you to, which is even scarier than starting a business, which is even more beautiful than betting on yourself, because I can bet on myself all day and be let down, but when I bet on God, it's a completely different unlock. So I'm sharing this to tell you that it is okay to pivot. It is okay to change your mind. It is okay to decide to do something different, even though it doesn't seem to be, it may not make sense to other people, but if it makes sense to you, it's because God gave you the vision. This is something that I've personally been battling with myself about for years, and I even said this to God yesterday. I was like, dang, if I would have just went with the flow and never started anything, I may have been so much further. And he was like, no. He's like, you were training in tandem with building what you've created today. And both of those things gave you the confidence to now make the decision that you're making. So God's timing is still always on point. Like, that's number one, first things first. Like, God's timing is always on point, and nothing that we do in life is wasted. Because it's true. Like, I, yes, have spent time on this business, but it hasn't brought me joy. I love channeling though, and I've learned how to dive into that even deeper. I think what my fear is that I'm going to get bored of it, but there's so much to spirituality that it's like, how do you get bored? And I've always like boohoo cried to God about like, I'm like, why can't I just like work with you? Like, I don't want to work for these people. I don't want to work for these humans. I'm like, why can't I just work with you? And so I think it's me allowing myself to apply for that role, which is beautiful, right? Because I don't know, that's just kind of what we're taught. Like, and then especially as women, it's like we're not really allowed to change our minds. We've never really been taught that we're allowed to change our minds. So for me, it's like freeing myself. And although I went to school for something, I can change my mind. Although I thought that's what I wanted, I changed my mind. And I think even, I don't know, because I've been recording a lot of content, but I don't know what I've posted and what I haven't. But I recorded a video where I was talking about like the version of me that moved down here versus the version of me that I am today. The version of me that moved down here was 24 years old. She wanted to open a salon, and she wanted to do that more so based out of like ego and being able to say like, I'm a business owner. The version of me today wants to be, or is being called into an elevated role of spirituality where I channel messages from God, passed on loved ones, and divine beings. And I'm connecting and activating, I'm connecting with other people who are aligned, and I'm activating the light that resides within them as well. I'm embodying goddess energy in this vessel, and I get to be God's personal assistant. And I love that. And I would choose that version of me all day. Like, how many people sell hair? Like, I don't need to be another, like, before I started this video, God was like, I have enough hair vendors. I don't need another one. Like, I need you. And to hear that from God, for God to say, I need you, like, what else matters? Nothing else matters. So, if you've made it this far, leave me a heart in the comments. And I look forward to sharing my journey with you. This is so exciting. Like, I'm even looking at, I have hair extensions here, and I'm looking at them, and I'm just like, they didn't go to waste. Now I just get to have them, or I can like give them away, you know. So I'm excited, and I'm even more excited that I didn't get that far. Like, it's not like I've had my business for 10,000 years. Like, I literally launched last year, but even in the midst of my launch, I was like, is this right? And I don't think you're supposed to question things like that. Like, I know the difference between like having like anxiety, but then like when your intuition, and I've worked with my intuition for so long now, I'm like, no, this is my calling. Because when I freed myself and I allowed myself to make this decision, I started crying out of like joy. Like, finally, she hears me. Finally, she hears the calling of her soul. So I'm so happy.